to you, dear viewer. I'm Meehan, staff writer for Dicebreaker, and welcome to my review of Tellstones King's Gambit, the latest board game from the team behind League of Legends. In the fantastical land of Runeterra, Tellstones has long been played to resolve disputes of grand importance. Monarchs have won their crowns, and soldiers have defended their name by playing it, and all these epic events happening as a result of Tellstones is a strange concept, considering that the game itself is such a chore to play. Unlike Riot Games' debut title, Mechs vs Minions, this game does not successfully translate any of the aspects that make League of Legends, the video game set in the same world as Tellstones, so incredibly popular. Tellstones doesn't just fail to engage its players on a thematic level, it fails to engage anyone on any level at all. And that's a damn shame, because the initial impression is actually quite positive. Tellstones comes in this slick metal box that has a clamshell design with a particularly pleasing thick foam inlay. Nestled inside the box are a selection of these beautiful tokens, engraved with various symbols, as well as a rulebook, a set of reference cards, a letter from, presumably, a League of Legends character, and a playmat. Now, the downside of all this decadence is that the game isn't quite as portable as it could be. The heaviness of the tokens, combined with their size, means that the game box is very large, especially considering what you actually need to play it. You see, the beauty of small games is that they can be taken out of one's pocket, played, and put back in a matter of minutes. But honestly, you're going to need a very roomy pair of trousers to hold a copy of Tellstones. The line, this particular fabric here, is where the majority of the action takes place. Each turn, players ask their opponent to either place, flip, or swap any of the tokens on the line. At any point, one player can challenge the other to name a face-down token in the hopes that they'll botch it. Otherwise, they risk giving their opponent a chance to score some precious points. Doing this should bring the tension required to make the moments where one player challenges the other feel suitably climactic. Instead, these actions, unfortunately, feel quite boring to do, and that's the problem with balancing an entire game on the mechanic of memory. Their memory is an inherently bad mechanic. In fact, it can really rack players' games when done properly, as in the rather smashing social deduction game Coup. It works a lot better when paired with other things. Tellstones is supposed to involve bluffing as well as memory mechanics, but frankly, it fails on that front as well. Supposedly, King Stanton I of Rulun Damacia, a province of Runeterra, could have entire conversations about whatever he fancied whilst playing. I honestly feel like taking my hat off to him, because I've struggled to even mention the weather in any game of Tellstones, period. Seems to me that it's rather hard to pay close attention to location identity of every single token and hold a disarming conversation at the same time. The other problem with bluffing in Tellstones is that there's got to be a strong motivation to bluff if a game expects you to do so. Now, Tellstones hints at opportunities to find this motivation with the Mechanic of Boasting. See, one player can claim to know the identity of all the face-down tokens and win if they can successfully prove it. However, boasts can also be stolen by an opponent. A player can respond to this theft with a concession, which gives the stealing player a point but stops them from winning the game outright, or a refusal, thus passing the pressure to name the tokens onto the would-be thief. The boast mechanically certainly has the potential for good bluffing. However, the experience of playing Tellstones is just so monotonous that it's very hard to care enough to even bother. Tellstones may be quick to teach and play, but is not fun enough to warrant your attention. Nevertheless, it will monopolise it all the same, making for a board game that feels more like an obligation than a rewarding experience to play. And I'm not sure an imaginary crown or a sense of honour are worth dealing with that. That's all from me. You can find a written review of Tellstones on our website, dicebreaker.com, as well as an interview with the game's designer, Chris Cantrell. More fantastic videos should be appearing somewhere below me, which you should definitely watch. And verily, won't you like our video and subscribe to our YouTube channel? And be sure to click the bell icon to receive notifications of our new videos. Stay fresh out there and have a lovely day.